Welcome to Quarantine Stories powered by #inamstories. My name is Inam and welcome to episode 16 season 1, and the title of the story is How Violence is Ended, a Buddhist Legend. And yes, this is my niece's whiteboard that I've taken, I've stolen, and I have stolen the cap from my younger brother Hisham that many of you know. So thank you Hisham and thank you Maria for the special gift. Come to today's story. Today's story is a very important story. It's changed me as a person. It's hit me that deep. So let me begin with the story. I hope it touches you as well. It's a very simple, important, deep lesson that I learned. So, the story was narrated by Buddha to his followers. Okay, so it's one of those very deep, simple stories. Alright, let's begin. So, in India, a long time ago, there was a king called Brahmadatta. Big kingdom, King Brahmadatta. On another side, we have a smaller kingdom. Imagine India, Sri Lanka, the size of it. It's that kind of a thing. So, in this small kingdom is King Dighiti. He has a wife, Deva, and he has a son, Dighavu. There is war going on between two kingdoms. So, Brahmadatta has waged a war, has announced that he will be coming in and he will be destroying the kingdom. Listening to this, Dighiti along with Deva and Dighavu decide to flee the kingdom to safeguard their family. So three of them set out in a journey and they go to Benares. So Deva who's Dighiti's wife, asks Dighiti, why are we in Benares? Because Benares is the capital of Brahmadatta's kingdom. So Dighiti says, that's the last place that they will be searching for us. So the kingdom is annexed. It is under Brahmadatta's kingdom. Okay. And Dighiti disguises himself as a holy beggar, begging for food. So he goes, three people, and they start off on their daily life routine as a beggar. What Dighiti does is he goes from morning, evening, night. All he does is he goes around begging for coins, for food, gets back everything that is enough for the entire family. So it's an interesting deal that's happening, right? So what happens is, I need to stop saying so many times. I'm so fed up with the word so. Dighiti keeps begging and takes care of his family on one hand. And on the other hand is Brahmadatta, who has not given up on Dighiti and Deva, who wants to kill both of them along with the son Dighavu. Because he knows if they are left alive, he will not be alive. So he has already sent killing orders to people to get them to his site. Alright? To his site. Years pass by. The smaller kingdom, Dighiti, Deva and Dighavu, who are in Benares as beggars. Years pass by. Dighavu is growing up. Deva and Dighiti see that Dighavu is not getting the knowledge that he needs. So Deva sends Dighavu to her in-laws' place, to her mom's place basically, where he can gain all the knowledge with all the riches that they have. And these both will manage. Dighavu is sent off. And these both are there. Years pass by. Dighavu learns art, science, overall 360-degree knowledge. Okay. And decides after, I think, 10 years or so, he's grown up, he's a young man, comes back in the market, there is chatter amongst the crowd. There's something that is happening. Like, what's happening? What's happening? And he goes, there's a crowd. He looks amongst the crowd. He sees two people being tied onto a donkey and horses, and they're whipped and they're stoned. They're taken from market to market. People are laughing at them along with King Brahmadatta. What has happened? What has happened is it's his parents who are tied up. Dighavu sees this and he is very sad. Obviously, seeing your parents being stoned to death is a very horrific, and you're in the middle of it and you are helpless. And in that scenario, Dighavu sees Dighiti and Deva. Dighiti and Deva realize seeing Dighavu, and they do not want anybody else to know. Brahmadatta at that moment, who is present at that market, telling people, look at the people who are under me and they come under my rule. Look at what their fate is if you go against me. So he decides that, and there is a message that Dighiti reveals to Dighavu, and Brahmadatta asks him, where is your son? So Deva answers, the mother answers, you will not get to my son ever. He cannot be in your reach. He is far away from your reach. Brahmadatta smirks, and Dighiti sends out a message to Dighavu, who is witnessing all of this. Imagine Dighavu's point of view. He is standing there. His parents are being humiliated, physically violated. It's a very traumatizing experience. Dighiti says, the father says this to the son. Mind you, nobody knows. It's a code message. He says loudly, be not short-sighted, be not long-sighted. Not by violence the violence ends. Only non-violence ends violence. I repeat. Be not short-sighted, be not long-sighted. Not by violence does violence end. Only non-violence ends the violence. Dighavu is heard this. He goes off. What happens next is very traumatizing for him. His parents are taken and killed completely with the swords, brandishing of the swords on their body outside the palace gate, and they are left for the no burials. Brahmadatta decided that there will be no burials, and they have to be eaten by the animals and the birds. So Dighavu is seeing this, and there are guards. Parents are dead bodies are being eaten by the birds. Very traumatizing as I'm saying this. The security guards that are standing there, what he decides is, he remembers the father's words, be not short-sighted, be not long-sighted. Violence ends up in violence. Only non-violence can end the violence. That seeps into him, and he decides that he will, first thing that he will do is take care of the final rites. So he goes to the market. Dighavu goes to the market, gets the strongest wine that is there, and he gives it to the soldiers. Now the soldiers don't know who he is, so it's all a merry-go-round there. So they all have the wine and they're sloshed. They're sloshed away. They are completely not in their senses. At that moment, Dighavu goes, takes the parents' dead bodies, piles up the dead body with the firewood, burns, does the 3 rounds, finishes the burial rites, and he hears the soldiers coming in to catch him as far away from the palace. is Brahmadatta looking into why there is a fire, and he sends his men. So Dighavu finishes the final rites, goes into the forest for a month. For a month nobody catches him, nothing happens. He returns, grieving for his parents. He returns and joins in next to Brahmadatta's house in the elephant backyard. Basically, they take care of elephants. He becomes a stable boy. And as a stable boy, he takes care of all the elephants day in, day out. And he starts singing the tunes that he heard. He would practice these tunes when he was learning. So he was very good as a singer from all the knowledge that he gained when he was far away from Benares. One day in the morning, Brahmadatta listens to this beautiful tune and he sends his soldiers, please go get this voice. Who has this melodious voice? He comes in, it is Dighavu. King does not know him, Brahmadatta does not know him. Says, oh boy, you have a very good tone, very good music. Can you sing this for me every single day? Says, yes, sire, anything for you, my lord. Says this, comes in, every single day sings, gains the king's trust. And then one day he gets more and more responsibilities. One day the king tells him, let's go on a hunt. Usually I go with other drivers for my chariot, but I want you to be driving my chariot. He says, I'm humbled by what you are telling, king. Surely, whatever you need my service for. So he goes in the chariot, rides along with the king in the back, King Brahmadatta. Brahmadatta sees that after a while of hunting, Brahmadatta says, let's relax, let's rest for some time. Nobody's there, it's only Brahmadatta and Dighavu. Goes, there's a tree, they both rest. Dighavu is seated, Brahmadatta lies down on Dighavu's lap and sleeps off. Dighavu takes out a sword, the sword, and this is his body, this arm, sees it, and he's gonna kill. So he takes out the sword from the sheath and he's about to just go and kill the killer of his parents, and right about the time that he's about to hit, he gets voice of his father. See no short-sighted, see no long-sightings. Be no short-sighted, be no long-sighted. Only violence ends in violence, and only non-violence can break the violence. Takes a deep breath, takes out the sword, keeps it back, takes a deep breath, lets out a gasp. King wakes up to the gasp. King has been having a nightmare. Says, oh boy, I had a nightmare, he says. The king to Dighavu. To which Dighavu says, what is the nightmare, O my lord? Says, I have a strange feeling. I had a strange nightmare that Prince Dighavu was coming to murder me. Dighavu listens to this and he's not able to contain his anger. He goes, he holds the king's hair and drags him, takes out the sword, and he's about to hit him, kill him. Says, it is me, Dighavu, the son of Dighiti and Deva, the people you murdered. And I'm gonna murder you, and I'm gonna kill you. You will no longer exist in this earth. To which Brahmadatta replies, please Dighavu, please let me go. Please let me go. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Dighavu says, we forgive those who hurt us. We do not forgive those whom we hurt. We forgive who hurt us. We do not forgive whom we hurt. Brahmadatta, listening to this, Dighavu continues, says, you have hurt my family, and for sure, if I leave you, you will hurt me and you will kill me. So there is no point. Brahmadatta listens to this, says, I will forgive. Please, if you forgive me, I shall grant you your life. I shall grant you your life. That's the king's word. Now, in those times, you have to realize it's when a king gives his word, that's his word. They don't go back. Rarely do kings give their words. So this is one of those instances that a king is giving his word. So he gives the word. Dighavu takes out the sword, places it aside. Both of them clasp their hands this way and they bow down to each other. And they make peace with each other. They have a conversation about how this experience has been. Brahmadatta then asks Dighavu for his forgiveness. Dighavu forgives him. Brahmadatta asks him that in the market, his father was saying this aloud. Be not short-sighted, be not long-sighted. He was blabbering something. What does that mean? That's still ringing here, but I don't know what it means. To which Dighavu says, be not short-sighted means do not spurn, do not spurn people away. Spurn means do not make people. Now let's say if you come and speak to me and I say, I don't want to speak to, and I concentrate somewhere, I don't give you importance when you are coming in peace, when you are coming in with love. So be not short-sighted to spurn people away. Be not long-sighted means do not let hate carry within you for a long time. So when you carry hate for a long time, it'll lead you to do violence. It'll end up always in violence. And through that violence, you will end up in doing more violence. And the example that he gave to Brahmadatta was their own situation, where Brahmadatta killed his parents and he came back to kill his parents. And the last line, only non-violence ends and breaks the cycle of violence. And him not killing Brahmadatta was the non-violent action that he is doing. Now it's up to Brahmadatta to how strong is he going to hold his word accountable for, and what are his actions going to be. Listening to this, Brahmadatta is deeply touched, hurt from his actions, and decides to give away the kingdom that Dighiti used to rule once to Prince Dighavu. And both their kingdoms remain on friendly terms for the rest of the time. That was mutually beneficial for both of them. And as time went on, they all lived as per how peacefully that they could. So that's the end of the story. This was what Buddha had told to two of his followers, and now I'm telling you. I repeat two things that are takeaway. First thing is, today's story is a bit longer, but it's worth it. It's worth it for me. If it's worth it for me, definitely it's worth it for you. First takeaway is this. People who hurt us, we forgive. People whom we hurt, we do not forgive. So remember that. It's a very deep thing. Second takeaway. Be not short-sighted. Be not long-sighted. Violence only brings in more violence, and only non-violence breaks the cycle of violence. With that, I bid you farewell. My name is Inam. Be strong, stay strong. This has been episode 16. The title has been of How Violence is Ended, a Buddhist legend. And to all the legends who are watching this, Namaste, Assalamu alaikum, Shabba khair. See you. Bye bye.